Good morning, everybody. My name is George Arvingal. I'm an anesthetist, work as a medical physician in Germany, working since 35 years almost. And the last 16 or 70 years, I worked on addictions, pain therapy. And after 1 or 2 years of medical techniques I used in my practice, I found out that something is wrong with medicine, because drugs are much worse than the drugs the clients take, and I have to change something. And I began to learn psychotherapy, and I feel the abuse because of the fact that if you're taking 5 or 10 years to talk to somebody and make psychotherapy, it doesn't work in all the clients, and after that, it takes too much. It takes too much money, it takes too much time. The clients are not having any positive experience on it, because they just talk and talk and talk about the same problem, and they get more deep in the problem because they're focusing it. And then I began to search for new therapies. First I found NLP, which was very helpful to me. And at the time I've been knowing Richard Bandler in Florida. I knew a girl, she was doing EFT, and she asked me if I use EFT for my stuff. And I said, never heard of it. Then I Googled it, I used it, and the first day I had no experience at all. I had a client after 2.5 hours, he was pain-free. And I said, something has to be wrong on this medicine or whatever. And since then, I'm searching for other ways to help the people. But only 4 years ago, I was myself in a crisis, medical crisis. I had cancer, and I had a familiar problem. I saw a video of FasterEFT on YouTube, and I said, let's try it, because it says it's faster. I took the technique just like it is, use it on clients for small troubles, and it worked. Since 1.5 and 2 years, I came out myself from my crisis, and now I said I have to finish it to understand how this technique is working. And I am now today in Greece here to learn it. I will begin with the course. I have to tell, it was a 5 days hard work on here, because you need to concentrate what Robert Smith is giving us. He has a lot of experience since maybe 15 years working with the clients, and we have to take this stuff in 5 days and explaining us the protocol. And I think in the 5th day, I understood that everything is almost quite the same, and the structure is quite the same. If you're talking about addiction, about depression, grief and loss, smoking, or whatever it is, and it's very interesting. The people who were there, we're helping each other. It was very funny. We got very good related. We got friends. And we can help each other on that stuff, and we can tap on each other. And in the meantime, Robert is explaining something. And that's the way you can integrate it much faster. That's his pattern of maybe teaching people, which is better than EFT, because EFT is teaching everybody. You know, I could begin tomorrow to teach. Who knows if I do it all right? But Robert, I think, has a pattern he discovered. Maybe he didn't just did it, and he has a pattern of giving trainings that everybody, when he's listening, can get it and integrate it. In FasterEFT, you have a structure, how the mind works. and you find out the problems very easily. If you're tapping in FasterEFT without saying the same words as in classical EFT, you can find in minutes, maybe, who is experienced to it, who can find the real reason of the memory, who keeps you back. That's a big difference. EFT is just, you say always the same, the same words, and it changes something, but it doesn't change the real problem. And it's very influential by the therapist, because he says, when I say you have to change, you have to change, you have to respect yourself and love yourself, but it's still my wordings who change you. And if you take it, it changes you maybe in some way, but it's not maybe the way you would like to. In FasterEFT, I had the impression, and I still have the impression, that you don't need to lead the client in some either region. The structure of FasterEFT is just change. Change something and it will be. And if you clean the memory, it's almost coming from alone. It's, you don't have to give more information or how you have to change it. You change it by yourself. With FasterEFT, I need 2 hours. It depends on what I do want to change. If I want to change an addiction on drugs or alcohol, it might take more than 2 hours, maybe 4 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours. With classical EFT, you will take a half an hour and half a year, probably. It will take much more time because the hidden problems are coming very slowly outside. And the structure of the addiction protocol on FasterEFT, it's much effectiver. And next week I began to see what I change in my therapy because I think the technique is really, really fast. You don't need any comment on the real trouble. You don't have to tell any stories. You don't have to be ashamed of telling anything, and it's going to help you anyhow, in somehow, whatever. You will change. Thank you.